On 1945, Japan's defeat in World War II ended their occupation of Korea. The Soviet Union marched to Korea to claim occupancy. The United States was deeply concerned about the spread of communism, which they viewed as a direct threat to American democracy. Former U.S. President Harry Truman wanted to prevent Russia from gaining any more territory, so they also marched to Korea. Upon their arrival, in just under 30 minutes, they divided and split Korea by just using a geographical map and proposed a temporary solution to the Soviet Union on who was to occupy. This divide is called the 38th parallel. On June 25, 1950, at 4 a.m., North Korean troops attacked the 38th parallel. This is remembered as the beginning of the Korean War. For the first couple of months, the United States was losing and was gradually pushed further and deeper into the South Korean territory. Douglas MacArthur, an American war hero, planned a surprise attack to land at Incheon River to cut off supplies for Soviet Union and North Korean soldiers. This attack was on September 15th at 5 p.m. and was over 70,000 UN troops. This is remembered as the Americans and South Koreans winning the Korean War. On November 1950, China joins and defends North Korea. American troops were ordered to shoot anything in front of them, and there was no clear understanding of who the enemy was. This meant that 2.5 million people lost their lives. Soldiers and the United States felt that there wasn't a reason to be still in this Korean War, and there wasn't a clear understanding of who the enemy was. So they left this war on June 27th, 1953. This is remembered for the United States as the end of the Korean War, but this tragic event cannot be forgotten for many Korean citizens. Technically, North and South Korea, as we know today, is still at war. This division separated many families and loved ones, and today they cannot be visited. My grandmother survived this war. Here, I share a story as I feel the Korean War is not recognized enough today, and because her story describes a situation that many are not aware of.
Okay, my name is Yong. I am 79, something like that. I born in North Korea, 1944. We were just a normal family. That's what communism took. We flee because we were like well off, more like one of those rich family in town. And then they took just everything. We feel that they're gonna take our life next day, so we fled. From Knowles, walked down the south, and I was only 2 in American age. In Korean age, it's 3. More like a sit-on. Sometime my mother's back, and sometime uncle's back. Walking down the south, that is, we walk nighttime and hide during the day. And also whole thing is mountain, so it is a lot. That's what I heard. And so we walk, like walk. It's just women. It's things like my aunts and my grandma and my uncle. And I think about 25 people. False recognition of the landmark that I know of. Probably for you, it's like Illinois Evanston, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's there, Punky. For a long time, I thought that was my homeland that I'm born in. That is what my life tragedy happened. I think I was like 5 years old on this age. It's like fourth day of kindergarten. So the school, fourth day of the school was like June. So I went to the school and teacher say, go home, don't go anywhere, go home directly. I got with my new dress and walking down home, and I saw that all my family, grandpa and everybody, had a backpacks, and they waiting for like kids, like me and my sister, my uncles, because we all went to school, you know. And so I went there, they say, come on down. So we just walked. And everybody have a luggage, and I have a school backpack in my backpack. We thought that we were going picnic or something. So all these kids hopping along, and all troops came down more and more. South Korean was losing. When we came down about this much, we were walking to the south with North Korean. With North Korean soldiers, because they walk faster than, you know, kids and a grandpa and whole bit. So only land we got saved is about here, but there's a river, one big river going down, and North Korean they didn't have any tool to cross the river all down, so we all came down here. When General MacArthur comes start shooting, what happened? This U.S. military helicopter we call Dragonfly helicopter comes in and shoot down a machine gun, just kill everybody. I tell you, they are like killing machine. So as soon as we see anything in the air, we hide, and then walk down some more. As soon as we see anything, we hide. This like helicopter, just like shooting whatever it moves. They're just, I mean, like I see, like I was too young to really know what is death, but I remember people walking and not moving. Because and then all the news comes in, everywhere you go, you post it. You say, my name is so-and-so, how old I am, and I'm looking for whatever, and I'm going down, and just put it on a wall or any place. So we find it out that my father is in Seoul. So my mother, she just had my older sister and me, because my brother was not, Byung didn't even born on that. So we all three went to this Seoul, but Seoul have a Han River.
River, just south of the Korean capital of Seoul, becomes the front line for the fourth time since the start of the Korean War.
and river bridge is broken. So military put on a tube bridge. It's more like it's big tubes, and one car could pass. They ask for ID. And my mother have ID. My older sister and I, we both didn't have ID, never had ID.
Why?
Because on then, kids be certain age, because so many child death rate and infant death, so they don't produce ID. More like you don't need ID till age 10 or 9, something like that. But I am tall. My sister was like headless. So they say, well, you can go. My older sister, because she's still too young. But you should have an ID. And my mother left me on the bridge. And she just took my older sister and went into the suburb. I was on that river for like about 4 months, crying. And that was like, so I figured I'm so hungry and place to sleep in whole bed. So I asked for pots, little pot, and I start brewing the water and just pour it in there, right? And they give me something to eat, right? So I sit by their door, because everybody sleep on the street. I mean, there was like no big deal about it. And in the morning I get up and I pour the more water, all day long I did. I remember I was crying carrying the water, not because water were heavy, but like I'm detached from my family. One day I saw my cousin, he was a soldier. He said, wow, thank God you're still alive, right? And then he went to motel room, he gave them some money. He take me to a military restaurant or whatever, so we ate, and he bought me a dress, one piece, polka dot, with a big blue circle. I asked him to buy me the dress with a bow tie on the back, because I saw the kid has a bow tie on the back. I thought that looks cute. So I was like happy. So we went back to that gate. You this time not even a Korean soldier, American soldier came. And this kid lives in that house over there. You are kidnapping her. He just like take a rifle, holds in backwards and starts smacking him, and he was rolling on the floor. And he said, "No, I'm not. He's my niece or nephew or whatever." One military truck come, and he was like unconscious, and they pick him up, put him in a truck, and drove away. Now I'm in a worse situation, but has polka dot dress with a bow tie and a bag. So I took a bus to that town, and I walked all day long to try to find a firehouse. And following day, I find a firehouse, and I know that little alley. Their house was like tucked behind, because you couldn't even say house. Just put the little frame against any building or anything, you know. And I saw my mother's friend walk down with a North Korean accent, and he said, "How come you here? Where is your mother?" And I tell you, I hugged her and cried. Like they both had a language accent as my family has. So for me, it's like I'm home. So I lived there like three months. So when things get like a little slow down, and they fixed the train track going over the Han River. So at nighttime, I was hiding under the chair, and came down a Seoul and lived with the reunited. See, life was on then was hungry. Once you're hungry, and you don't have a proper clothing in the winter time, and hungry, that means you are exposed to germs, right? I think that was influenza, like swept people off, like, because people are so under nutrition, no immune system. So whatever thing hits in the body, we just fall, right? Even before the influenza, people were just dying right and left. No money for the food. Where the heck are you gonna get medicine? I mean, forget about it. Then, good-looking mean looking healthy, like had some grease on the face. So we have like a jokes about like being rich. It's like greasy face, like even in hair, like hair falls down spot to spots, and it is just miserable, just miserable. Teenager time, we don't have a romance. I mean, the romance is something extra in life. After you have a basic, and then you have a romance, and you have a complaint, and psychological problem. Body could have all other disease, but nothing like a hunger, you know. If you can summarize what is the war is something ultimate humiliation that human could take. You know, if you are animal, you are cat, you have, you might don't have that feeling, but human tend to have extra feeling than animal, right? So we decide to be a human. We make a society, but it war breaks society, and whatever you thought was right or wrong, whole judgment, like it boils it up. It's the humiliation of human. That's what I look at it. One wall breaks like that, and everything to rebuild is just so slow, and situation just will not change. So whatever physically strong one survive, if you are weak or a little defeated, forget it. You're done. I tell you, to build Korea back into right now on the economy level of what, 15 or 10 or whatever, is that everybody worked. You know, it's like they give their life away for the money thing, you know. So you may have a war for 1 year, but effect of that 1 year, it takes about 60 years to coming back. I worked in a military base. Started age 21. I always dreamt of USA and all this bit on. You know. I built one house by around that base. Had a house. I built. People call yellow house. I am dreamer. So I like to have a yellow house with the red roofs. After I built the house, they all came down, live with me, you know. Everybody have a hard time to even take care of themselves. So I was like village hero. Get married, go to the foreign country with a different culture while you in love, there's no problem, right? But as you know, love doesn't pay attention to same area, right? Then it's very hard, very lonely. For instance, a joke that I know of is not a joke here. Politeness of manner, which I knew of, is not here. You become very lonely. You know, even good friend, if you don't see them for a long time, we lose the jokes. And it is very hard. And then you have one baby in this year, next year you have another baby, and I have 3 baby in 4 years, right? It is very hard to adjust. Like yesterday, I was running child. Now I am a mother, so I got tied into one place, and I got two and three, and I'm like no freedom. More like there's nothing of me all fade away, fade away in another country. It is very hard, hon. If you're not happy, you cannot make anybody happy. You cannot change the world, but you can make the world is yours by you being happy. If you want to be a good daughter, be happy. You understand that?
Yeah.
That's the best thing you can do for your mother.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You are so sweet.
Okay. As me and Kim's granddaughter, for most of my childhood, I never understood or knew her story. But knowing it now, I have come to realize how badass and inspiring she is. I mean, I always knew she was great, but hearing her experiences in her early years and the many things she has overcome shows a lot. Although not everything was plain and easy, she is still today is able to be present and happy with what she has. This woman has been through a lot, surviving the Korean War and surviving breast cancer twice. She inspires me every day. She's the bravest and toughest woman I know, and I am so grateful that she is in my life. Although not mentioned in her story, on her and her family's way to their first stop, Pungi, the small mountain town she and her family lived in, before escaping further down south, her younger sister, So-young, died from starvation. Here, I read a poem written by my harmony depicting this tragic accident. Glossy, white, and steaming. I think I was 5 years old. It was during war. We fled to the south. Whole tribe, over 20 people, lived in one house, deep inside of a mountain. I don't quite remember what grandma, uncles, and aunts and my mother did all day. I do remember my younger sister and I kept putting things into our mouths. Plants, little flour and dirt, whatever fit. My sister, So-young, died not many days after pooping blood. I was no different from her. What I ate did not come out but blood. No doctor, no medicine. I don't think I was afraid, just wanted to poop. In the middle of the night, my mother woke me up. The room was dark. But moonlit, she handed me, glossy white and steaming, a full bowl of rice. I don't remember if I ate, but I do remember very clearly glossy white and steaming rice.